This is Aubrey Freeman with Team Bliss and Laura Lynn Fanning with the Family Tree. And we are gathered here together again today to teach you about some training that has really helped us out in working with our teams that are not local to us, and then even sometimes with the team that is local to us. So we want to teach you about Fuze, which is an online meeting platform, and Canva, which allows you to make it an attractive meeting. So I'll let you take it from there, Laura.
Okay, one of the things that happened to us is I am Aubrey's upline, and when she signed on under me, she lives 2 hours away. And then the team that grew under her meant that we had already a big different distance between us. And then I have a blog, and so I have people signed up under me that are 6 hours away and in South Carolina and different locations like that. So we sort of quickly had to learn how to team build from a distance, and that's why we've picked up some of these skills and decided on some of the software that we have to use. One of the big advantages of using online training is there's no travel time for you. It means you spend less time at a class and more time with your family. That's important to both of us. Another thing that's good about it is the unlimited growth. You're not limited by proximity as to how big your team can get and who you can reach. That's the third point. You have a much broader reach by taking your training classes and making them available on YouTube or other Ustream, other formats on blogs and Facebook. You can reach a lot more people that way in all different areas. And again, it doesn't matter if they're in California and you're on the East Coast, because then you can still train them using online software. And finally, the last advantage, or one of the last advantages, is recorded content. So if you teach a class often, and you've got it down, you've got it good, you can record it and use it to train without you having to go out and teach that class another 50 times. So being able to record your content means that you use your time wisely and also get the really good classes recorded for others. Okay, so the first thing we're going to show you how to use is Canva. And I'm going to screen share and welcome you into my world. First thing we're going to go to is, this won't move, okay. This is Canva right here, okay? And when you, it's free to use, and you have a bunch of options to pick from. You can create a social media image, a presentation, a poster, a Facebook cover, a blog graphic, a Pinterest image, a document, a card, photo collage, business cards. So you have immediate options where they've already got the template and the sizing set up for you. If you're new to Canva, I've never seen it before, I highly recommend checking out the design tutorials. They actually email a new tutorial to me, I think every week or every 2 weeks. It's real easy to take. It takes about 5 minutes, and it teaches me something new about either design or how to use the software. Really, really helpful for those of us who have absolutely no training and are making it up. Just to show you all the ways that you can use Canva for training, this is how I use it to make my branding for our particular team. I use it to create invitations to oils classes. These are handy to post on Facebook or send out. I also use it to create blog graphics for websites. And I use it to create handouts. So I don't have to keep buying tear pads. I can make my own handout for a class that I want to teach to my specifications. The last thing is, obviously, we can use it to make presentations. So I'm going to show you kind of how to start from the beginning. You would choose this. You click on presentation, and then it's going to open up a whole new set of things for you to pick from. See, over here you'll have layouts, and you're going to go and you can scroll through all the options that they have. Now, I've already chosen one to sort of show you what you can do here. So I created my title page. First of all, this is steps to upload from Fuze to YouTube, which is what we're going to teach you in a few minutes. I have my own graphics as well, my own doTERRA images, and you can use those to add anything that you want. So I've got On Guard and all my pictures of the oils here. Baby, mommy's recording. Can you step out, please, right now? Thank you. Sorry for that. Okay, so I can drag and drop any of these images over here. So when you're choosing your layout, if it's got this cloud and sky and your ground, that shows that you can use an image, either one that they provide or one of your own. They have a ton of images for you to pick from, and they're only $1 per image, which is actually really handy. And once you buy it, go ahead and download it to your computer, then upload it again as one of your own images, and you can reuse it over and over and over again for free. Okay, so I used an image here to create my title page. Then I chose this little lemon drop thing here because it's got great ways for showing steps. And I put the steps of sharing your video, which we'll go over in a minute. I put them in here, and I put in my own content. And then I created another page where I grabbed an image of my own, dragged it, created more content here, just to show you how simple it is. I'm going to click add a page. You'll notice once you've picked a theme for your presentation, it's going to help you carry that theme through no matter which one of these little boxes over here you check. So if I wanted to check, if I check that, it's going to give me pretty much a blank page to work with, and then I just create content. I can spell content right. You can change your font. You'll change the size, and you can change the color. You're not limited by these colors here. You can also pick from any color on the color wheel. Let's go with bright and add that in. Okay, if you don't like it, you can delete it. You come over here, you can left center it or right. You can also make it more transparent. You can move it to the background, and you can copy it. If you like what you created here and want to duplicate it on the same page, you can copy it. So you can bold it and you can italic it. So all of your functionality for your scripts are right there. You can pretty much make this look however you want. Same thing down here. It's already got it set up for you. If you like the way it looks, then just change the words and you're good to go. Okay, and you can continue on with this for as long as you want to make a presentation. Okay, once you've made your presentation, you're going to come up here. You've got some options at these buttons. You can share it on Twitter, you can share it on Facebook. Your best option, however, is to link and publish. Go ahead and download it to your computer and then share it on Facebook from there. Okay, so I clicked link and publish. Now, if you're working on this project with someone else, and Aubrey and I have found this really helpful, share the link. Say I wanted to show this to Aubrey before I downloaded it. I share the link and I allow anyone with the link to edit, which means she can go in and make changes if she likes. If I don't want her to be able to make changes, then I uncheck that box. Then I copy and paste that link into an email and send it to her. Okay, in this case, we're going to be, I'm going to be downloading this and sharing this. Usually I will make my PowerPoint presentations, I'll put them in PDF so that I can send them to my team so that they have it for themselves to use later if they want to share with their team. So it prepares my PDF. At this point, this is when it would charge me for any images that I used that were theirs, but because we're not going to use any of their images, this is totally free. Okay, so now see I've got my steps to upload PDF down here. So I'm going to take you into Fuze. Now this is going to be annoying because it's going to double screen us. But I'm going to show you how to upload it. So up here in our buttons, we have this, okay? We want to add content, so you're going to push the plus button. And I want to add the file from my computer. It's going to pull up downloads because that's the most recent file, and of course that's where it is. Steps to upload, PDF. I click open. Okay, it's going to upload it to Fuze, and when it's ready, it'll tell me that it's there and we can share it. And once that's done, Aubrey, you can probably go ahead and start. Oh wait, no, here it is. Maybe. I lied. What's going to happen is up here in your right-hand corner, there'll be a box that says that it's ready to share, and you'll click on that box and it'll immediately pop up in the screen. Ah, there it is. See, steps to upload PDF. Click here to share it now. All right. So now it's suspended my screen sharing, and now you're all going to see what we just uploaded. and I can control it from here, okay? Aubrey, you want to show them the rest of the good stuff that's here in Fuze, and then we'll come back to this to go over the steps of how to finish up. Once you've finished recording a thing, we can upload it to YouTube. Go ahead.
Okay, so I want to tell you about why we've chosen Fuze as compared to Google Hangouts or as compared to Skype. And the reason behind that is that Fuze it offers such a smoother interface to be able to share images. And honestly, we can get more people on the line. We can take up to 25 participants on the line, and 12 of those can be can use cameras. They can be, what's that word?
Video.
Video. 12 of those can be video lines, and then you can have a total of 25 audio attendees on. And honestly, I'll just tell you a secret real quick. Unless you have a reason to want to have anybody other than your presenters on the video, then ask everyone else to close off their video, to shut down their camera, because you're just eating more bandwidth and it slows down your presentation, it slows down and can cause issues with the presentation and in the speech. So what we're going to do, my husband is a lot more technically inclined than I am. So he's made these awesome PowerPoints for you guys, or these awesome visuals for us to use. And right now what we're looking at is a Fuze meeting for a Microsoft Windows layout. This is what you're going to see on a PC. And I'm honestly not as familiar with this one because I am a Mac girl. Let's see. Over here in the, I should be able to have a pointer. Let me figure out how to find my pointer.
It's down in your right-hand corner.
Thank you.
It's the little pencil on the notepad.
Got it. Okay, so here's my pointer person thing. I don't know what. Obviously, I should be teaching you about this. Okay, here's what I wanted. Up across, or up in the upper left-hand corner over here, you're going to see who the attendees are. This is great because if you are the facilitator of this event, then you want to know who's out there. Who are you talking to? Are you talking to somebody that is new to doTERRA? Are you talking to somebody that is old hat with it? So you can tailor your presentation a little bit on the fly if you need to. Over here in the lower left-hand corner is the chat box. I mute everybody when they come into the room for Fuze meetings so that there's not all that background noise, the television from the next room, the yippy yappy dog that's, sitting in somebody's lap, or the crying toddler that you frequently hear at my house. So we mute those people, and what we ask them to do is say, hey, if you have a question, just type it down here in the chat box, and then the facilitator keeps that up so that they can see that somebody's asked a question, and then they can then choose to have that person unmute or however they want to deal with it. Fuze is a free platform. I guess that's where I should have started. You should go to www.fuze.com. It is a free platform. You download an app. You do not have to pay for it. You download this app and it sits on your computer. They have it for all of your iDevices as well as your Microsoft, or not your Microsoft, your Windows devices. Laura Lynn taught you how to upload the slides. I'm going to skip down here to the Mac OS layout because it's the layout that I'm more familiar with. In this particular layout, you see they've got them whited out over here. My husband whited those out. And what you would normally see there is the images of the people who are using the video stream. Up across the top, you have your home. You can click home to leave whatever is viewing in the screen. It would shut down your screen sharing. It would also shut down your document sharing, which is what I'm doing right now, is document sharing. This icon here is where you do click to be able to see what documents you've uploaded. This icon is your screen share icon. This is the icon. This is the camera icon. If you do not need to be video streaming, or if someone else does not need to be video streaming and you think it's eating up bandwidth, just ask them to turn their camera off. This is the people button. It lets you know who is in the room with you. Your chat button allows you to see who's on chat. The telephone button allows you to know who is telephoned in. And then the microphone allows you to put yourself on mute. And you as the facilitator can use the people menu, drop that down, and you can put anyone on mute or take them off mute. But this is a really great, I can't make it move now. There it is. This is really great graphic that my husband has created for us. Raising your flag. If you have a question and you want to say it out loud, you can click on the flag button down here and the facilitator will see that you've raised your flag and can speak to you. The hardest part about Fuze is it does not automatically upload to an interface that you're familiar with. It does not automatically upload to YouTube, and it takes a couple of extra steps in order to be able to upload it to YouTube. And what I'm going to do is run over here and screen share so that you can see what I'm doing. And if I wanted to, I can't do it with screen sharing either. Okay, so I'm going to walk.
I've got it on this PowerPoint. You can talk over the PowerPoint.
Okay, sounds great. Well, then I'm going to let you go then. Let you have
You got to stop sharing your screen.
I can do that.
Okay. So what we did when we put that PDF in here is this is our steps to upload. Okay. So to share your video, there are two ways. This is the way to get it to YouTube, which is probably ideal because YouTube is more familiar to most people. It's easy to embed, and it's searchable. It's going to show up in the sidebar of a lot of things. The first thing you'll do is you'll export the file from Fuze to your computer as a video file. The way you would do that is you'll go up to edit. I think that's right. To edit, no. To share, I think. And then it'll allow you to export it. I'm not entirely sure what that is yet, but anyway, it'll be up there in that top in the gray. It'll be one of those. Choose the export option. Export it to your computer as a video file. Then download it and name the file. Then you'll turn it around and go into YouTube and upload the file from your computer. And then you promote it. You put it on YouTube, but then you have to share it with others. This is when you share it on Facebook and you put it on blogs and websites. That's how you get it out there. Okay, there is another option. This is probably the easier option. And I just used Aubrey's wording here because I was just throwing this together at the last minute. But you open the Fuze app, click on the recorded meeting you want. Then you have the option to publish a link to the meeting. This opens it in a Flash player, which, okay, things like iPads don't have Flash. So people aren't going to be able to view it on mobile. That's why YouTube is preferable. Because a lot of people now are just on iPads. They can't see you if you use Flash. But this is a quick way to get a link out to the meeting if you want to go ahead and publish a quick link and then take the time to get the YouTube loaded and everything. So it'll play back the Fuze app. It's a good quality, but it's a little harder to broadcast because you have to have the link to access the video. Okay, just a few things that we have learned why we took the time to show you Canva is because when you're doing an online presentation like this, if it's just your face in my messy schoolroom back behind me, I mean, Aubrey's got a pretty background, but it's a lot harder for people to pay attention. It's because they're not in the room with you. They're not smelling oils or, participating. So if you have a PowerPoint going for the class, even if you're teaching a class where there are people in the room with you and this is just sort of a thing that you're offering on the side, have somebody run a PowerPoint for you. It really will enhance your presentation, plus you can record it and reuse it as content later. Another thing we've learned, word of caution, if you feel really strongly that you want people who are local to come to your class, do not give them the option of fusing in. One of the things Aubrey has found is if she offers Fuze as an option, a lot of times people just won't show up to classes even though they're 5 minutes down the road. Instead, if you know you have people who are long distance, let them know it's available to them, but don't offer it class-wide. You'll have better attendance to in-person classes. I do think, though, that the most successful online classes are the ones that are aimed at an online audience. I think it's a little harder to mix the two mediums. You've kind of got to plan ahead and have somebody run your PowerPoint for you and be in charge of all the technology, because you're going to be dealing with a room full of people who are right there live and in person. Another tip, and something that I've picked up, is keep your PowerPoint really, really simple. This probably has too many words on it. I read one where I think it's Seth Godin who says no more than 6 words on a slide. Send your PowerPoint out to people, and also send your notes that you're talking off of, so they don't have to worry about writing down every word, but you will have their attention if your slides are pretty and eye-catching but not covered with words, because anybody can sit there and read a slide with you. That's not worth their time. You could have just emailed them that and saved them all the trouble of showing up to the class. But if you have a slide presentation that is pictures and, makes them curious about what you have to say, then they're going to listen a lot closer. So just a word of advice, take advantage of Canva, but don't fill it with words. You want to fill it with pictures and draw in your audience. You'll make a much better class that way, and that's a better use of the online software that we have. Aubrey, anything else you wanted to add?
I don't think so. Do mess around with Fuze and Canva, play with them, because Fuze is initially a little daunting because it allows you to do more interacting than Hangouts or Skype. It's also an infinitely better platform, in my humble opinion. Um, but do mess around with it because it's not necessarily intuitive. Play with it, and if you need somebody to play with, call your best friend. Say, hey, just join the meeting, and that allows you to upload things and mess around with playing with screen share. And with Canva, do the same thing. Create and play. Laura's a whiz at it. She throws stuff together in 5 minutes that would take me a week worth of hair pulling to deal with. So it's not everybody's thing, but it does create a much better environment so that you're relaying a better message, because I I like pictures. I like pictures. So I enjoy having something to look at, to concentrate on, and I associate the words that went with those pictures later.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, it's great to just mess around. It's a good way for us to do business meetings without actually having to leave our homes. So definitely worth the time. Okay, I think that's all we have.
I think so.
Thanks for your time.
All right. See you later,
Bye.
guys.